Simply Southern is produced by the Alabama Farmers Federation and made possible with the support of Alabama Farmers Cooperative.
There's nothing quite like sitting down to a home-cooked meal with fresh vegetables from the garden. With Bonnie plants from your local quality co-op store, you can enjoy the freshest vegetables right from your own backyard. And no matter if you're a raised bed gardener, a rose gardener, or if you farm hundreds of acres, your quality co-op store has exactly what you need to get the most out of your plants. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
What we eat, what we wear. It all starts somewhere. And if it's good, it usually starts with a farmer. And that somewhere is right here in Alabama. In a field, in a barn, on a tractor. Right now, there's a farmer starting something good for all of us. And it all starts right here in Alabama.
Hello and welcome to Simply Southern. I'm Mary Wilson.
And I'm Kevin Worthington. $25 bid now, $30 30. Will you give me 30? Make it 30. Bid it on a $30. Who will give me 30? Who will bid a $30 bid? Okay, I know I'm no auctioneer, but I happen to know the world champion livestock auctioneer. He's on today's show, and he's from right here in Alabama.
Bumper cars, the tilt-a-whirl, even roller coasters. Those are mere child's play compared to what awaits you in East Aboga, Alabama. Discover your inner warrior at Combat Park.
We call this show Simply Southern, and there ain't nothing more southern than fried green tomatoes. Stacy Little will share his recipe later in the show.
The lotus plant is an extremely important food crop in Asia. While it's not quite caught on in American cuisine, the flower is a popular ornamental.
And one of, if not the biggest supplier of ornamental lotus tubers in the U.S. is right here in Alabama, down in Geneva County.
I paid a visit to 10 Mile Creek Nursery to learn more about this ancient flora.
Retired biology teacher Laura Bancroft got into the lotus business back in 2010, thanks to her son and daughter-in-law who started 10 Mile Creek Nursery. Now she's hooked.
They're just such lovely plants. The difference between a little lotus that's this tall and a lotus that's 2 feet taller than me, it's just amazing.
There are two major parts to the business at 10 Mile Creek Nursery. First, they grow lotus in ponds. These are harvested and sent to a botanical chemical company for products like suntan lotions and makeup. Second, they sell ornamental lotus tubers, both to wholesale customers and to individuals through their website.
They are dormant during the cold months of the year, and that's when we actually harvest them. People start buying them or reserving them in October. We check the zone that they live in, and then we ship it when their nights are beginning to get warm enough. They always have to stay very well saturated with water, but all you need is a pot, some sandy loam, which is just a fancy name for topsoil, and then you need some fertilizer. They are full sun plants though, so you put them out on your patio where nothing else will grow, and then you've got this lush, beautiful plant in the middle of summer blooming when a lot of other things have stopped.
Once those flowers bloom, my, what a show they put on. Lotus are classified by size, color, and type, or number of petals. While traditional lotus have less than 25 petals, other types show out with thousands of petals, and these mesmerizing plants have plenty of unique characteristics.
The leaves are hydrophobic, which means that when you drip water on it, it rolls up in a ball. They're looking at the cell alignment to try to incorporate this in automobile paint and window glaze for multi-story buildings.
The plant is edible from the tubers to the seeds, and it can even be used for clothing.
When you break it open, you can see the silk come out. And they take that silk and weave it into a very expensive cloth.
While I certainly wouldn't have the patience to create cloth from lotus stems, I definitely understand what makes this plant such a preferred perennial.
They're addictive. I'm sorry, people, if you ever buy one, you're toast, because you wait for it to come up out of this pot of mud, and then you get these big, beautiful leaves, and then the bud comes up, and it can take 3 weeks for the bud to open, and so you're waiting and waiting for it to open, and then it opens into this most beautiful, perfect flower.
I learned so much about lotus while on that shoot. I'm one of those people who would have called them a water lily, but they are a completely different plant.
Now, Laura mentioned in the story that you can eat the tubers and even the seeds. Did you give that a try?
I was hesitant at first, but we did try the seeds. They're actually pretty good. They're kind of like edamame, if you've ever had that, but the seeds are bigger and they have a much sweeter flavor. Now up next on Simply Southern, we're going to Combat Park, where you're guaranteed to leave with an adrenaline rush and the great feeling of knowing you've helped support our veterans.
Is your teenage driver eager to hit the road? Before handing over the keys, talk with your teenager about the risk of the road and work together to establish rules and safety guidelines. Taking driver's ed in high school is a convenient way to learn driving skills, but parental involvement is one of the greatest factors in creating safe drivers. Visit alphainsurance.com for recommendations from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. These Alpha Insights are proudly presented by Alpha Insurance.
Soybean is a very versatile product. We make crayons out of it.
A lot of the combines you see rolling through the fields have a lot of plastic side panels that are made from a soy product.
The soybeans that we grow on our farm mostly goes into chicken feed.
Soybean production in Alabama employs over 10,000 people.
We grow some of the best soybeans in the world.
We go the extra mile to make sure when our name is stamped on it, we know it's the best product we can produce.
Redland Farms grew to Redland Cotton with the help of Alabama Farm Credit. After World War II, my grandpa bought land to start a farm, which was passed down to my dad. Now, my dad and I are producing quality American products from the cotton we grow right here on this farm. Through our relationship with Alabama Farm Credit, we are bringing jobs to Alabama and creating a legacy for future generations to come.
Farm Bureau Bank has built its entire existence around the lifestyle and needs of farmers and ranchers across America. We're here to help grow traditions, give back to agricultural communities, and offer financial convenience for your unique way of life. From sunup to sundown, we are committed to serving you.
Wear long pants, long sleeve shirts, and closed-toed shoes. Don't be ticked. Use repellents with 20% DEET on skin and 0.5% permethrin on gear and clothing. Don't be ticked. Avoid sitting on rotten logs or stumps. Don't be ticked. Protect yourself from serious tick-borne illnesses and seek timely treatment to prevent long-term problems. No hunters were angered in the making of this film.